Thanks guys, and welcome to another Our Auto Expert review. I am Nick Miles, this is Ryan Hennon, and this is the very first SUV from Alfa Romeo. It's the Stelvio. We have headed to Nashville, Tennessee to test drive this baby. It's got some amazing numbers. This is derived from the engineers who originally may have worked on Ferrari or Maserati. Some of the best in the world have put together the first SUV for them. Best in class performance, all-wheel drive is standard, and standard leather. And wait until you put this on the road and see how it performs. That's all coming up in this Our Auto Expert review.
So if you take a look at the Scudetto, so the center of the vehicle, the heart of the Alfa Romeo, this is a design cue that we introduced in 1937 on the 8C Alfa Romeo. This has been with Alfa Romeo ever since. A Scudetto, it's Italian for shield. If you look at, for example, Italian soccer teams with a lot of pride, they wear the shield on their heart. That's a Scudetto. Obviously we wear it at the heart of the vehicle in the center of the car. Another design cue that many people don't recognize right away, but it's been with us for over 65 years as well, is our tri-lobo design as well. So we got the three air intakes. So this is a perfect combination of function and style. Obviously it helps the engineering for the vehicle, but it also gives Alfa Romeo the beautiful style that people come to love about the car. It all started in 1910. We started building cars. In 1911, Alfa Romeo, as you've heard probably from us before, we started racing vehicles as well. And obviously we dominated the racing circuit, especially in Europe, throughout the 50s. But one important moment is, and I've told the story many times, so if you want to hear it again, I'll do it in one-on-one sessions, but obviously 1923 was a very important year for Alfa Romeo. That's when we started the legend with our portfolio. So any questions on that I can talk about later, but let's talk about the newer product moving forward. But it's really important for Alfa Romeo. If you take a look at our history and and where we're going, it's actually all comes down to three pillars. Technology, performance, and of course, being from Italy, design is one of our key pillars. And I think we can all agree what we see with the Giulia, the 4C, and then now with the Stelvio that the Alfa Romeo design team has done a great job to carry on that heritage as well.
Under the hood of the very first Stelvio coming to the United States is this turbocharged i4, does 280 horsepower, 306 pounds-feet. Now there is the 505 horsepower version coming in the Quattrofolio, but for right now this is actually best in class with great fuel economy of 28 miles a gallon and some incredible 0 to 60 times. But you're going to have to wait and see that later in the review.
Will come with the latest and greatest in regards to safety as well. We offer adaptive cruise control with full stop. This vehicle also comes with the autonomous emergency braking with pedestrian detection as well. So again, we know how important safety is, especially in the mid-size utility vehicle segment.
So even though the Stelvio is only 2 inches bigger than the Giulia, once you open the trunk, you can see that space turned into cargo capacity. Tell me you can't get your stuff in the back of this.
So these are our main competitors. If you take a look at our 2-liter best-in-class engine that we offer on the Stelvio, we offer 28 more horsepower than the all-new Audi Q5 with 280 horsepower best-in-class. We're the only vehicle in its class that has over 300 pound-feet of torque, which obviously, as you know as car enthusiasts, that provides the most fun drive in the vehicle. We have the highest top speed in this class on the 2-liter with 144 miles per hour. And obviously the best-in-class 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds. Again, if you want to test it for yourself, make sure you put the car in the dynamic mode as supposed to, because it's the best class performance. But yes, we're beating the competition anywhere, and it's not on this chart, but like I mentioned as well, there's no one else that offers better fuel economy than we do as well. So we're unsurpassed 28 miles per hour.
I've got the seat all the way back in the driver's position, and there's still a little bit of leg room for me here in the back. Time to talk driving dynamics in the 2018 Stelvio. We're in the sport version of this vehicle, which has the paddle shifters, and I can flip over the transmission into manual and then change the gears via the paddle shifters. The cool thing about this is it doesn't change for you automatically. So right now I'm in 7th, change down to 6, change down to 5th. It holds in that gear. It won't let me redline the vehicle, but at the same time, when I do get close to the red line, it doesn't automatically change gears for me. And that's really nice when you're doing dynamic driving around corners, because this vehicle actually holds the gear that you want to be in. It's very much like really driving an F1 car, more of a manual feel than an automatic transmission.
So I noticed when I was driving it that it has 0 oversteer. The steering is so precise in this that you barely have to turn the steering wheel at all to aim it towards the corner, and honestly, when it holds the gear, it feels like it's going to slide out because it is rear wheel bias. But since all Stelvios are all-wheel drive, we have that capability as well.
The good thing about it is it's actually really a rear-wheel drive vehicle, and the front wheels only kick in when they're required to because of road conditions.
But it can send 60% of the power up to the front wheels if necessary. Also on the downshift, it does use rev matching, and we have our DNA selector so we can switch in between dynamic, normal, and advanced efficiency mode. And right now we're in dynamic mode, which gives us overboost and increased shift points. A lot of premium brands offer a carbon fiber driveline, but this actually comes standard with it. On this version we have the chocolate leather interior, but we have 5 different trim levels that are available in here. This one has the aluminum trim level, and we can also get carbon fiber and 3 different wood trims.
Chocolate leather, chocolate leather.
I think my favorite part about the interior is the embossed logo. It just reminds you that you're driving an incredible Italian sports car.
Now the display screen on the inside is very long and narrow. Although it's over 8 inches, that is corner to corner. So it stretches a long way across the dash, but at the same time is not very tall. It gives you all the information, it's easy to read, and the navigation is super easy to program. The great thing about the programmable buttons that they've done in this vehicle is they are very similar to what BMW have done, whereas you can choose a favorite. It can be a different channel, it can be any kind of favorite that you want, and that will be stored as a favorite. So it's not just like your FM favorites or the AM favorites. Whatever you assign to that favorite button is what you assign.
Along with our TFT infotainment system, we also have Harman Kardon sound. So along with that dynamic driving, we have an incredible stereo system.
Just slink down the seat here because there's cops coming up. Now visibility is fairly good in this vehicle, but to note of importance, the rear windshield or the back window is very small. If backing up is a challenge to you, yes, this is probably not the car for you. Thank you for watching our video of the 2018 Alfa Romeo Stelvio. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can see the button below. Also go to ourautoexpert.com or testmiles.com to see much more news, reviews, and new car peekaboos. And you need to subscribe, because if you don't, Ryan is not going to have enough money to have the surgery that he desperately needs.
Please help me.